Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 7 of my Survival Let's Play series. In the last episode, we built this huge bridge, but it doesn't really lead anywhere at the moment. So in this episode, I think I'm going to start building up the village a bit, add some houses, and just try and make it look a bit more lived in instead of it being empty. But before we do that, I just want to show you some of the bits I've added onto the bridge since the last episode. So as I mentioned last time, it was a bit dark along the sides of the bridge and things could possibly spawn up there, which we don't want. So I've just added these redstone lamps all along the bridge and I think it's helped quite a lot. And another thing that I've done is I've extended the powered rails here and for a few more up the track. I think it's made a bit of a difference. I didn't go all the way because I'd ran out of powered rails again, but let's jump on the track and let me know what you think. So it does start off a bit slow here, but once we get going, it does get a bit faster. But we can still admire the beautiful views, so that's a good thing. And actually another thing that I did was I made the opening to the tunnel bit a little bit bigger just because it was really low before and it didn't look quite right. So in here I've added the lights as well, and oh no. Let's not look at the Enderman. So you can actually see what's going on in the tunnel now, so that's a lot better. Oh, I can't believe he's in there. And then we arrive at the station. Hopefully that Enderman just, despawns, because I really don't want to fight him right now because I'll probably die. So anyway, let's go over to the village and I'll talk you through what I plan to do here. So as you can see, at the moment there's a lot of trees and it's all quite overgrown and there's not really many good places to build. There's not much flat land at all. So like I mentioned in the last episode, my plan is to clear out all of these trees and the snow in this area here, just so I can extend the village going over in that direction. But for this episode, I think I'm going to focus on the area just outside the trading hall because it looks pretty rubbish at the moment and the trading hall really does stick out like a sore thumb. So I think I'm going to get started on this. My plan is I'm going to fill in the holes, clear out some land and just make it a lot easier to build in. So for this area here, I think I'm going to make this like the rich area. So I think we're going to have some big houses and make it look really nice because I'd like it to fit in with the trading hall better so it doesn't look so out of place. Then further up there, I think that's going to be like less rich so we can have some smaller houses and shops. Then it can kind of transition into not as rich to richer so it all fits in nicely. So I have been gathering some resources to build the houses and I think I've got enough, but when I was building the bridge, I seriously underestimated how much I'd need and I just kept running out all the time. So I feel like I've gathered a lot of resources. I mean, what I think is a lot of resources anyway, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So I'm going to jump into a time lapse and I'll get the houses built. And here we have the first 3 villager houses. I told you they'd be big. So there's still a few details that I need to add. Obviously, these planters are empty at the moment. That's because I'd like to put sweet berry bushes in them, but unfortunately I don't have any yet, so they're definitely something that we're going to have to go and find in the future. But yeah, let me know what you think of the houses. I was inspired by the Grand Hall that I just released in the medieval village, and I really liked how the roof turned out on that, so I tried to create some houses using that design, and I really like how they came out. So even though the houses do all look very similar, they are actually all different. So this one's the biggest house, and then the one just in front of it is the second biggest, and the one to the side is the smallest. I've done this because I want them to all fit in with the same theme, but I'd like them to have some variation between them so they're not just copies of each other. And then in the middle I've just added this stone path to kind of bring it all together and link it up. But for the bit in front of the trading hall, I'm kind of struggling of how to make a diagonal staircase. I've tried using slabs, but it just looks a bit bad. So if you have any suggestions, then do let me know, because I'd really appreciate it, because it's kind of a nightmare. But I'm going to keep trying some different designs and hopefully I'll find one that works. And did you see that creeper? He snuck up on me out of nowhere. I was in my inventory, and next thing I knew, I was being blown up and part of the house was blown up too. So, note to self, make sure you light places up. I've added some more torches, so hopefully it won't happen again, but yeah, it was a bit of a disaster. So now that I've got all of the houses built, I thought that we could do the interiors together. So I'm just going to start with this one, and inside I've not really done much. All I've done is add the lanterns, the floors and this staircase. So I think I'm probably going to start with the upstairs first. So let's head up there, and this is the ceiling design that I've gone for. Not really sure what it's meant to be, but I just didn't want a flat roof, so I thought I'd create some kind of pattern up there. But I think it looks alright, it looks kind of cool. I think for the interior of these houses, I'm just going to keep it quite simple because, I mean, it's just going to be the villagers in here really, and you know what their houses are like. So I think upstairs I'll probably have quite a few beds so they can breed, and then I'll probably put quite a few workstations dotted about as well, just so we can kind of get some more trades and the villagers can actually be doing something. So I think to start, I'll probably just block off this staircase a little bit, just to kind of separate it and so they don't fall down there. I know they're not going to take any damage from this, but it just looks nice to have it separate. You know, kind of like how you would in real life. And the corner's looking pretty bare, so I think a plant would do well here. So I think I'll just use a cauldron and a couple of leaf blocks. Yeah, I think that looks really good. It adds a bit more colour and life to the room. So over here, I think I'm going to fill it with beds, but it might look a bit weird just putting them all against the wall. So maybe like a headboard or something would fill the space a bit better. So if I do something like this and then fill it in across the middle, I'll probably add some slabs on top because it's looking a bit flat still. And of course I've run out. I think this is going to be a recurring theme in this series. I always run out of resources. I never have enough spruce, even though I'm surrounded by it, which is silly, but I love it so much that I just always use it. So I think something like this would work quite well, and then probably put the beds in front of it. Kind of looks more like a unit then, rather than just having beds slapped in the middle of the room. Oh, I really wish that you could stack beds. That would be a game changer. But yeah, I think that looks quite good, and I'll probably spend the night here too because it is getting late. Right, so yeah, I really like how that looks. There's a bit more space, so I could probably fit in one more bed. I think that the villagers should be able to get into these beds. I mean, there is enough space for them to walk around, so hopefully they can. I mean, if they can't, I'll just have to remove the stairs, but I'm sure it'll be fine. And then I think to decorate this, I'll probably just add some flower pots and lanterns, probably. So something like this, a lantern for a bit more light, and then just another flower over here to kind of brighten it up a bit. Yeah, I think that looks good. That looks pretty good. It ties it all together. So for the rest of the space up here, there's not really room for any more beds. So I think I can just decorate with some storage. So I'll just add a few barrels like stacked up against this wall. They're not really going to be used, but they make really good decorations. So yeah, I think something like that. And then a couple of chests just to finish it off. But I bet we're going to end up with so many fishermen now because of these barrels. But I think it looks really good up here. It's kind of all come together nicely, even though it's simple. So I'm going to head downstairs, and I think under here I could probably just add some more storage again, just to kind of fill up the space and make it look a bit more lived in. And then maybe a chest? No, I don't like that. Maybe bring it forward. No. Maybe I can use a smithing table? Yeah, that looks a lot better. That works well. Okay, so for this side wall, I think I'll probably add a seating area. So I think I'll use some spruce stairs to try and create what looks like a seat. And then I'll probably add some spruce trapdoors on either end like this. And it kind of looks like a sofa. Then in front, I'll just add these blocks to kind of create like a workstation. I know they're not going to use it, but it looks better than having it just completely empty. And then to decorate, I think I'll add a lantern and maybe an item frame with an axe in. Yeah, I think that looks okay. It kind of looks like some sort of a workstation, doesn't it? And for this gap here, I could probably make like a table with a crafting bench on it and maybe a furnace. I've done this in a few builds before and it does look alright, so I think something like that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. It fills up the room nicely. And then for at the front, it looks pretty bland, so I think I could add some more colour with some bookshelves. So just like that, I think. And then maybe a plant on this side too. I'm going to use a composter this time. Yeah, that looks good. I think that brings it all together nicely. So I think this house is done. Maybe I can just add a couple of carpets at the front just to kind of finish it off. Yeah, that looks good. Hopefully the villagers will like it. So now I think I'm going to work on the big house next, and like I said, it's going to be pretty similar inside, so I'm just going to grab some materials and we'll get started on that one. Right, so for this house, I'm going to start again by coming upstairs and just blocking the stairs off a bit with the fences and then adding the plant in the corner, just like we did in the other house. Then, since this house is a bit bigger, I think I can fit more beds in here, so I'm just going to add those beds along the side wall again, like the last house. And then on this gap here, I could probably fit 2 beds here, so I think I'll just do something like this, and then add a bed on either side. Yeah, so now we've got 5 beds in this house, which is really good, so I think we'll end up with quite a lot of villagers here. So then for decorations, I'll probably just do the same thing as the last house. So add some barrels dotted about, maybe a couple of chests too. I think on this wall it would look the best. So if I just do something like this maybe with a chest, and then I want to put this loom somewhere. So I don't really know where to put it. Here? That looks a bit weird. Maybe here. Yeah, that looks a bit better. I think that works well. Then for the final bits, I'll probably just add some flower pots, maybe a couple of lanterns, just to kind of brighten it up a bit. And then I've just finished it off with a red carpet in the middle to kind of match the beds a bit. So downstairs, I think I'm just going to add the chair and table on the side wall again, like I did in the other house. So just like this, it's just the same as the other one really. And then at the front, I think I'll add some more barrels and chests just to kind of fill in this space here. So if I do something like this and then maybe add a chest here, yeah, I think that works. And then I'll probably do the same under the stairs, just like I did in the other house too. So I'm just going to stack up these barrels in a few different directions just to kind of fill it in. Then for this last wall, I think I'm going to try and put in some smokers and blast furnaces like this, just so there's a few more workstations. And I think if I add some dark oak trapdoors on each side, it kind of makes it look a bit more like a unit rather than just furnaces chucked in the room. So yeah, I think that looks quite good so far. Then I'll probably fill in this bit with carpet, just in front of the stairs, and then add a plant in the corner again. So that'll give it some more colour and life, and yeah, I think that looks good. I think this house is finished now. So now I've just got the last house to do, so I'll head over to my chest, grab some more stuff, and then I'll quickly do that house. Okay, time to do the last house. This one is a lot smaller, so we should be able to get through it quite quickly. So in here, I've done the stairs again, but I do need to add some lanterns actually. So let me just do that quickly, and I have actually missed a few blocks up here too. So I'll add the lanterns and then I'll come back to you in a second. Okay, it's all lit up now, so let's head upstairs, and this house is a little bit different. I've done the stairs on the other side, so I'm gonna just put the fences here instead and then a plant in that corner. So on this side wall, I think I've got enough room to add the 3 beds again, so I'll just do that. So here's the beds. There's not enough room to add any more, so I think I'm just gonna stick with 3. So let's head downstairs, and I think on the side wall here, I'll probably just create a table without the chairs. So I'm going to use dark oak stairs and slabs for this, and of course I don't have any dark oak slabs, so let me just make some of those, and then I think I'll just make a small table just like this, and on top of it I'm going to put my brewing stand, and then I think I'll decorate with an item frame and a flower pot just like this, and I'll put a water bottle in the item frame because I'm way too cheap to put a potion in there, so I mean that looks okay for now. Then I think in front of this some red carpet would look quite good just to add some colour, so yeah, that brings it together nicely. It creates like a little brewing setup. So now for the rest of the room, I think I'll fit in the plant just under the stairs here because there's not really another spot for it to go. So yeah, that actually looks really good. And then under the stairs, I think there's room for maybe a couple of barrels and a chest. So if I put some here like that, and then a chest in the corner here maybe. It looks a bit weird actually. I think I'm gonna change the barrels around a bit just to make it less crammed in. Yeah, that looks a bit better. And then I have this fletching table that I want to put down, so no, I think that's too much stuff in one area. Maybe if I move it here instead? Yeah, I think that looks a lot better. So I don't think there's anything else that I can actually add in here, so I guess that's it. So that's all of the houses done. I hope you like them. I think I'll put some like nether mushroom in there or something just so it looks kind of cool and like it's going to be used for brewing. So when I get one of those, I'll put it in there to finish off this house. So that's where we're up to with the village at the moment. I do still have quite a few more plans. So over here in this area down here, it kind of looks like a natural path leading up to the mountain. So the land kind of curves in and it just kind of looks like somewhere you'd walk, and I think it would make a really good place for a mine entrance to go. So I think in the next episode I'll probably build that area up a bit and get an actual mine set up, because at the moment I don't have one. So that would be actually really useful to do here. So now that we've got all the houses built for this area, I think it's time to get some villagers to move into them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transport them from the trading hall down into the village, and hopefully they'll take to the houses. I actually forgot, but I have a villager over here. This guy has been in here for a long time and oh dear, his legs are gone. He doesn't have any legs anymore. He's been sat out here since the day I got the villagers. So I just put him in this boat to keep him safe, and I guess it worked. So let's get him out of there and see where he ends up. Oh no, please don't go into the trading hall. You've got these nice houses. Please don't. Oh, typical. And he's going to be a fisherman, yet. They are such a pain. Honestly, like, you can do so much for them and they just don't want it. Get out of here. Get out. Get out. Come on. You shut the door on me. He doesn't want to leave. I guess that's his home now. I'll just have to try something else with the others. So for the other ones, I think I'm just going to extend the rail track out from here and send it out of the door. And then hopefully those ones will actually want to live in the houses. So I'll put down some rails and then we can try and get some more. Oh no, I just remembered something else. This guy, I'm going to have to deal with him and then we can move the villagers. Right, so I've cured that zombie villager and I've put him in here. So now we have another farmer that we can trade with. So now I'm going to head up to the breeder and I'm going to move these rails because I don't want them to get hit by that zombie. So if I do this, then they should avoid the zombie and I should get them safely downstairs. So I actually thought I'd have to breed these manually, but it looks like they've been pretty busy and we have loads somehow. So that's actually made my job a lot easier. So let's just transport these out and see where they end up. So that is one, and hopefully he'll just go straight to the houses. I think I'm actually going to block up these doors so there's no chance of him getting back in there and becoming a fisherman like the other one. So I'm just going to use a bit of dirt like this and then set him free. Okay, where are you going? Where are you going? Oh, come on. You can't go back there. There's nothing back there. What's he doing? What is going on here? What? Oh, he's looking at the barrels through the fence. Oh, they're awful. Like, why are they like this? I think I'm going to have to extend the rail further down here just so they won't look at the trading hall as their home anymore. Okay, let's try this again. Hopefully this works now. So this one is going to go a lot further down into the village, and when I let him out, hopefully he chooses a house. He seems to be going for that one, so let's follow him in and see what he does. Are you going to go in? Do you not like the house? I think he's telling me to leave. Like, back away, this is personal business. Maybe it's the carpets. If I remove them... That's really strange. Maybe he thought he couldn't walk on it. So are you going to choose a job? There's plenty up here and down there. Are you going to do anything? There's a smithing table here for you. What's he looking at? What are you looking at? What? Go. Oh, this is not going well at all. Oh, villagers. There's something down there. Barrels. He's looking at the barrels through the stairs. What is it with barrels? Oh, and now he's decided he wants to be a fisherman up here. I guess we're going to have a fishing village. I mean, that's fine, I guess. I guess it's better than nothing. I'm just going to put the carpets here instead, because clearly they don't like them being at the door. So I'm going to get a few more villagers and hopefully we'll get some better trades. Right, I've managed to get a few more villagers down into the village, but there is still a one back here, I think. Let me just go and check. Yeah, there's still one there that's unemployed, but we have a butcher here, which is quite nice. That's like better than a fisherman, isn't it? And then I think that one's a fisherman there. I think there's some in this house here. Yeah, there's quite a few. So we've got a toolsmith, another unemployed villager, and a fisherman, of course. I don't know if any are in the other houses, but I'll check. It looks quite quiet in here. Hello? Yep, no one's home, and I don't think any went to the other house, but we have quite a few and they have a few different jobs, so that's good. But I guess it doesn't really matter since we do have the trading hall, but it's just nice to have a variety of villagers walking around. So I've just been over to the XP farm to try and get some more levels, and oh, hello, because I want to make a new shovel and get some better enchantments, because if I learn anything from digging out all that land at the village, it's that my shovel's just not good enough. So I'm hoping that I can get efficiency 4 and maybe unbreaking 3, but I'm just going to make a new shovel because it's nearly broken and I don't actually have a villager that sells them at the moment. So I'll just craft a new shovel quickly and then we'll see what enchantments we can get from it. All right, let's see what we've got. Unbreaking 3, I'll go for it, hopefully. Oh no, I don't want that shovel, that's not good. I'm just gonna disenchant it and then hopefully, oh no, I forgot that it's 3 levels that you need. For some reason I just thought it was like 1 level and, typical. I'm just gonna go back to the XP farm and then we'll try this again, shall we? Okay, take 2, let's do this properly this time. So shovel, lapis, efficiency 4, just efficiency 4. Well, it's not that bad. I don't actually have any Unbreaking 3 books and I can't remember if I have a villager that sells them. I mean, efficiency 4 is what I wanted anyway, so I guess I can just put Unbreaking on it another time. But we've now come to the end of the video and I just want to say thank you so much for watching and a huge thank you for 100,000 subscribers. It's just insane. I never thought I'd see that number and I can't believe that I have a YouTube channel with that many subscribers. So thank you so much for all of your support. It really does mean a lot and I really do appreciate it. And I just wanted to say another huge thank you for all of the love on the bridge video. It took a really long time to build, so I'm so glad that you all like it. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it and I hope to see you again in episode 8.